Okay, so let's picture this hero, Rostam. You know, the absolute legend from Persian mythology.
The powerhouse, yeah.
Mm.
The guy's synonymous with strength, fighting monsters, crossing deserts. Just epic stuff.
Right. His whole life in the Shahnameh, it's like one massive loud victory after another. Battling demons, armies.
He really is that archetype, isn't he? The unconquerable warrior defined by, well, conquering everything external.
Exactly. So you expect him to go out with a bang, right? Like a final world-shaking battle, swords, armies, the whole deal.
That's the logical end for a life like his.
But the sources we're digging into today, like Dr. Ghamari's work and bits from the Shahnameh itself, they paint a totally different picture of his death. Really different.
Yeah, the contrast is, it's stark. It's almost jarring, actually, how he died versus how he lived.
So he doesn't die like he lived. How does the Rostam actually meet his end then, according to these texts?
In silence.
Yeah.
Basically, in profound silence.
Silence.
Yeah. Not on some grand battlefield. He's trapped.
In a pit.
A pit. Like a hole in the ground.
Yeah.
A hidden one, yeah. And it gets worse. It's lined with spears.
Spears. Oh, man. And wasn't there, like, betrayal involved from someone close?
Yes, that's central. His own half-brother, Shaghad.
Shaghad.
The sources really detail Shaghad's envy, his plotting with the king of Kabul. They knew they couldn't beat Rostam head-on.
So they went for, well, a trap.
Exactly. A hidden, passive trap. It's not magic or monsters this time. It's just, human scheming and a physical snare.
And his horse, Rakhsh, the famous one.
Oh, Rakhsh. His companion through everything. That's maybe the most tragic part.
What happens?
Rakhsh falls in first. The horse is impaled. And Rostam, well, he gets dragged down too.
Oh, terrible. So it's not even a fight he could engage with. It's just falling.
King said collapse into this vulnerability. The spears wound both of them badly.
But wait, doesn't he do something even then? I remember reading he spots Shaghad.
He does. Even wounded, dying in this pit, the Shahnameh says he sees Shaghad hiding nearby, and he asks for his bow.
His bow. And one last arrow.
Just one. And with whatever strength he has left, this final surge, he shoots.
Says he hit him.
Right through the tree or wall Shaghad was hiding behind. Strikes him dead.
Wow. So a final act of power. Or maybe vengeance.
Maybe both. But what the sources, especially Ghamari's reading, really point out is what happens after that shot.
What's that?
He doesn't roar. He doesn't curse fate. He just lets go. Dies there in the pit. In silence. Alone, really, except for his dying horse.
Oh, that's quiet for Rostam.
And this is where the symbolic reading comes in. The analysis suggests he wasn't defeated in the usual sense, like being overpowered.
How so?
He collapsed into a situation he couldn't fight his way out of. The betrayal came from inside his world, the trap from the ground itself. It wasn't an enemy he could wrestle.
Okay, so the sources say falling into the pit is like a fall into understanding. What does that mean exactly?
Well, the idea is that shifting from those loud external fights to this quiet internal betrayal, it forces a different kind of confrontation, not with a foe, but maybe with fate, with vulnerability.
Confronting something strength alone can't beat.
Right. The understanding might be this acceptance maybe of an end that comes not from weakness in battle, but from, well, the nature of things. Treachery. Mortality.
It's a huge shift. His life was all about noise and struggle, but his end is defined by silence and being passively caught.
And there's another layer the analysis brings up. Remember the Simurgh?
The giant mythical bird, that helped him when he was young.
Exactly. The Simurgh saved him before. But here, in the pit, the Simurgh doesn't show up.
So, like, the external magical cavalry isn't coming this time?
Precisely. The legendary help is gone. And the text suggests it is time for the flight to begin from within us.
Light from within, okay.
Yeah, the idea seems to be that when that outside support isn't there, the strength, the resilience, the flight, it has to come from inside. Even Rostam's final act, shooting Shaghad, that was his choice, his internal act.
So, thinking about this, what does it all mean for you, listening? Maybe the real tests aren't always the obvious monsters.
Maybe they're the hidden pits, the betrayals closer to home, the moments where things just collapse.
And maybe real strength isn't just about winning battles out there.
Perhaps it's about finding that flight inside yourself, finding your way, your own final action, maybe, even when it feels like all the external supports have vanished.
When the Simurgh isn't coming. That's definitely something to think about, isn't it?